Welcome to the Between the Pages podcast. Thank you for joining us again on our little micro series. This time we're going to be talking about Silly Millie, and it's like a short author's insight Spark Notes version. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We know Fat Cat kind of ran a little long, but
Abel got a little long.
Yeah, some of the books have a lot going on, but now we're here to talk about Silly Millie.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy. This is Sarah. It's our podcast, and we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of step through a couple of these books and give cliff notes, like Sarah says, or
eventually we'll do the read alouds.
Yeah, we'll get to that point. We still have like 4 or 5 months left in our first year of podcasting. So, but Silly Millie's an interesting book.
Silly Millie's the one that I've read probably like 800 times. Because Eleanor was like in love with it for so long.
Yeah.
And then, what book? Cat Dog came out. Cat Dog replaced it.
Yeah. Well, Silly Millie's a good book because, there's 5 crowns identified in the New Testament. There's a lot of crowns identified throughout the Bible. Basically beginning after the book of Acts, you get these 5 crowns given to you. And so all of these kids, they know each other, and they're just, we chose a barrel race. It could have been any type of race, really, but it's set here in Maryland, and they go out and they all run the race. And basically the theme of the book is everybody has a race to run. And so not everyone's race is the same.
Yeah.
My race is different than Sarah's race. Our race is different from y'all's race. There could be people that are having the same race or whatever, but everybody is basically different.
Their own race.
And it comes back to, your abilities and your what God has basically called you to do. And so the thing is if you've been called and you're in communication with God, and you have a clean temple that the Holy Spirit lives in, then you're a good candidate for the race. And so because you'll know what your purpose is and what it is you're supposed to accomplish, and you'll be able to run your own race. Whereas a lot of people become Christians, and I think they just kind of wonder, well, what am I supposed to do now?
I said that to someone. I was like, we were talking about, I don't even remember the conversation, but I was like, some people are like, oh, all I gotta do is follow the 10 Commandments. And it's like, whew, it's a whole lot more than that.
Well, I guess the thing about it is you really can't follow the 10 Commandments because you're human. And so the thing is if works is what's going to save you, then you don't really need a Messiah. You can just try to work your way to heaven. Yeah. And so the thing is but that's not the way it is. You can't work your way to heaven, and so you need a Messiah, and you have a Messiah. Well, when he's talking to you, you want to be listening, and that's
in communication too.
Yeah. And so the thing is that's the problem. Most people aren't listening,
or they're listening to answer instead of just listening to listen and understand.
Yeah, or they're listening to what someone else says instead of listening to what God says. Yeah. And that's how you know when you're starting down a kind of slippery slope is when you start listening to what other people are saying as opposed to going and reading the Bible and confirming what they say. I mean, it's not a problem listening to other people, but if you don't go and check what they say against what's actually recorded, that could be a problem. So there's a page in there. I don't know if you want to show them about where each of the crowns is identified. There's a table.
At the beginning?
Yeah. No, there's a table, like, maybe I didn't put it in there. But in there is each one of the kids, I guess it is where they're sitting at the table.
Yeah, that's where they're sitting.
Yeah, it has each of the crowns identified. And so
I'll put it up here too.
Yeah. And so inside the PowerPoint that we did for Silly Millie, we actually break those out by sections in the Bible. And so the thing is
if you haven't seen our author insights, go check them out.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to that might save you a little bit of time, or you can just look for crown of righteousness, or crown of rejoicing, or whatever. You can look for the different crowns and electronically and find them. They'll pop up. But like I say, in the Old Testament, there's crown of glory, and there's all these different types of crowns in the Old Testament. And so the Bible's full of crowns. And so that means God wants you to win. He's pulling for you. And so he wants you to win, and he wants you to get a crown, because when you get to heaven, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a crown.
Like we talked about before, is the don't want to get to heaven well rested.
Yeah, you don't want to
be exhausted.
I didn't do anything. I'm here, you know. Well, okay, yeah, that counts, I guess. But at the same time, what you want to be able to do is you get your crowns, and some people are going to get more than one crown. Some people are just going to get one. Some people are going to get none. But they made it in. But eventually you take all those crowns and you cast them at the feet of Jesus, at the feet of Yeshua. You give your crown away, because it's all for his glory, not for yours. And so that's usually the way it works in the physical world, is people go out and they do the best they can to win a trophy or get an award, and it's all about them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's about,
give me my crown.
Yeah, give me my trophy, give me my whatever. And then they don't, share that with anyone else. Recently somebody got an award from one of these peace companies or whatever, and they gave the award to someone else. And it's like, wow, that's, and there were a lot of people saying, well, if I won it, I wouldn't share that with someone else. I wouldn't give it to someone else. It was my award. I shouldn't, and I'm thinking, well, okay, that's you.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, if this person decides.
Some people don't even want it. Some people, like, you can, it's always so interesting. I follow all these, like, police departments, because sometimes they just have some funny stuff that they post. But they'll always do these little, like, honorary recognition, it said, oh, they helped this person, and they do this thing. It's like, when you look at the picture, you can always tell, like, that guy just did it because he does that. What else would you do? Isn't that the JG thing? Yeah. I just did what anyone would do.
Right.
And they don't even want to be there for the award, but they have to because it's part of their job or whatever. Right. But it's like, you can tell some people are like, I just want all of the awards. I got my shelf. Look at all of them. And other people are just doing it to do it.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's all, and that's why works is not something that'll get you into heaven, because what's the motivation behind what you're doing?
Yeah.
I mean, even the greatest thing, selfless act in the world, if it was only because you wanted to get recognition, well, okay, you have that.
Yeah.
You got it here on earth, and God knows. He knows what motivates you. He knows your heart. So if that's what you're doing, and that's the reason why you're doing it, then that's what you're gonna get. Silly Millie is a good book, though. It teaches, kids and, children at a young age that, you don't have to be like everyone else.
Well, and everybody's got their own race, and that's the thing I like about how it is a race, because even you picked barrel racing for this. But anyone who's been to a rodeo knows there's a lot more than barrel racing.
Oh, yeah.
And a barrel racer may not be able to do what some of the other races are doing. I don't know what they are. I just like watching them. Okay, I'm not a barrel racer.
Right.
I just like watch. I do like going to the rodeo and watching them, but I don't know what any of them are. But I know there's like the jumping over stuff, and there's the different tracks and things, and the barrels. So, but those horses and those riders can't do all of them, or normally they don't. But you have your own one to run. You got your own race. Like, even in track, there's the little dashes all the way up to a mile.
Or a marathon.
Yeah, a marathon and things.
15
and
kilometers
it's like,
or more,
some people are a lot better at the high jump, and some people are a lot better at the mile. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is. And some people are a lot better at being the announcer for the game and not even a part of it. So
right, and that's the thing,
just because you're not as good as somebody else is at their race doesn't mean you're not amazing at your race.
Yeah, but in the end, everybody,
gets a crown.
It's better to participate and maybe not get a trophy than just to be somebody who's just sitting around watching.
Yeah.
So there's the different degrees of satisfaction, and so can't never could, and so if you don't try,
Kate never could. That's so funny.
Kate never could.
I don't ever hear that anymore. Such a 90s thing.
Well,
it's before that, but
we grew up with it. I can't do this.
Back
Kate
in the 1900s.
Back in the dark ages.
It's called the 1900s.
1980s, dark ages.
Like the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people call it, the 1900s.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah.
And so I guess the thing is I guess I'm getting schooled up.
Me too. I got called old, like, recently. I was like, me?
Yeah, well.
If I'm old, I feel sorry for everybody else.
Like you say, everybody has a different race to run, and, at least you get in the game.
Yeah. Get in the game.
Get out there and do what it is that you've been called to do and run that race and do the best you can. And, don't be trying to measure up to someone else's standard. Definitely don't be trying to measure up to mine. But the thing is, read the Bible and read what it says, and this is what you should be doing. And basically it comes down to spreading the gospel. And, there's a couple of different approaches. Some people are going to be just against you no matter what you do. And so my question is, well, are you a Christian? And if their words are, no, I'm not. Oh, okay, well, great. Did anybody ever share the gospel with you? This guy, Jesus, he came, he died. We're in a fallen state. I don't know if you know that, in your sinful state. And Jesus came and he atoned for your sin. Has anyone ever told you about, the redemption that was done for you? I mean, and they're like, no. Well, great. This is why I'm here today, is to share this message with you. Or they have, and I'm not interested. Okay, great. Well, thank you. Thank you for your opinion about what I'm doing. And then there's other people that are against what you're doing that are supposedly Christians. And, and so the question there is, has anybody ever shared the gospel? Well, yeah, I'm a Christian too. Well, okay. Are you part of the body? And, there are different parts of the body. There's the hand, the foot, the eye. The eye doesn't say to the foot or the hand, oh, you're inferior. We don't need you. Everybody in the body has a different function. And so the thing is if you may not necessarily agree with what it is I'm doing, I may not necessarily agree with what you're doing, but we're both Christians. And the ultimate thing is you're supposed to be spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
And so, if you're a Christian and you've been saved, you really don't need to be judging other people that are in the body. That's not up for you to do. That's not part of your job. Now, if they're doing some kind of, like, they're selling on the street corner, well, then maybe that's something you might want
to say that word.
Oh, that's right. If it's selling drugs on the street corner, then maybe perhaps you might want to say something to that person. But if they're just doing what they've been called to do and running the race they've been called to run, it's not up to you to determine anything.
Well, and everybody's good at something different. That's the thing I always like about, like, the little summer camps. It's like there are some people that are just phenomenal at teaching the little kids.
Right.
There are some people that are just amazing at teaching the boating class and whatever. And there are some people that are amazing at doing the sing-alongs at campfire and stuff. And it's like they have a special skill that they're really good at teaching that or helping with that activity. And that's what they're doing. They're not taking the person who's really good at helping little kids and going, oh, hey, we're just going to put you in the kitchen, and put someone who's not really experienced with little kids, and because they're all over the place. We're going to put you to deal with the little kids. It's like, they let everybody kind of where your special skill is kind of work and volunteer in that area and aspect. Yeah. And it's like...
And it may be that they're agreeable to that or not. They may be like, well, this is what I'm doing because evidently I'm really good at it. But I'd rather be doing something different, But this is what I do because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And then again, who knows? I mean...
Yeah.
You just have to, figure that out.
Yep.
And if you've been called and you're in communication with God and your temple is clean, you'll be able to figure out what your race is. There will be not a problem. You won't have to be sitting around wondering, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
So.
Go get it. We should do another Silly Millie giveaway. I like Silly Millie. I like all the books. I'm really excited for some of the new ones coming out soon. But this is such a good one. This was our very first giveaway that we did. So, anyway. That's all we have for you this time.
That
Do I
was
have
about
any
this time
special
last
notes?
year, wasn't
I
it?
know. It was like in April.
Yeah. Wow.
Do the cheer. This was our challenge for this week, to do the cheer first challenge and encourage someone else before you talk about yourself. Because it's easy to talk about yourself, you know all about you. But encourage someone else and cheer someone else on this week.
Yep.
So that's all we have for you this week.
Good advice.
On this episode of the Between the Page podcast. Like, subscribe, follow, and join us next time. Thanks.
Thank you very much.